Within 2 weeks' time, every person in America will be sure to know your name.
You really don't get it, do you, Mr. Chained? All I want to do is fight you. It doesn't need to be all fancied up. I mean this, you big bitch. Well, I am the one picking this fight. And besides... You understand now, Mr. Chained? This really ain't the time for you to be worried about how you look.
So sorry about that, but don't worry, I'm with you now. So sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, I'm not done yet.
I see now. That's why when you injure your hand, you hold something in your armpit, so that it'll stop the bleeding by cutting off the blood flow through the inner arteries. But with lats that are as developed as yours, the blood flow in the arteries can be cut off without even needing to hold anything in the armpit. By tightening the muscles in your upper arms, the flow in is cut off. The hands and fingers gradually become thinner. Until... Nice. That was a great body blow, especially in these restrictive conditions. It's remarkable that you could get so much force behind it.
And then... he was pulled through it into the other cell!
Go on, Cox. Get out of the way.
You bet I got out of the way. And what came after that was just incredible. He swung him around like this. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously there was a difference in strength, but still. After that, he just let him go. Because to the boss, he was nothing more than a tad. Because he went into the next cell. And the next cell. And the next cell.
I mean, all that's true, of course. It's undeniable that he isn't held down, but that's to abstract. Unchained really means that there's no room that can hold him. I mean, absolutely nothing on Earth that can hold a guy like that in.
Bob McCarthy, 27 years old, American, prison guard.
All right, so he was standing there waiting for Baki to get up. As he was getting up, Baki struck out with a kick directly to the calf. But even more amazing was how easily Mr. Oliver grabbed him. He's so fast, even with that big body of his. Mr. Oliver just stood there holding him like some kind of Olympic torchbearer. What was Oliver thinking then? I don't really have any idea. Baki was able to move under his own power, even if it was just rolling over from face down to face up.
Full power of America's strongest man, Biscuit Oliver. There it goes. At last it's starting. Am I melting? I'm liquefying. I'm becoming coarse and then smooth, just like water. Oh, like water.
That made me realize something major had changed on the spot where he'd been lying. I'd heard the tales and legends. It's also called the Devil's Face, and it's only acquired through very specific training. What's even more amazing is that standing there was Musashi Miyamoto. You know who he is. I mean, everybody knows him. Looked just like that extraordinary martial artist.
You're awfully late, Baki. It's about time.
Fate decided in an instant. Mr. Oliver was fully aware of the change that had come over the young man in front of him.
It seems that my attacks have flipped a switch in you. Now here I come!
Mr. Oliver was just about to move forward. It was such a high-level battle that Westerners like us couldn't really follow what happened. All right, ready? I'm going to start playback. At this point, the two of them haven't moved yet. Right there, Baki starts moving, but Oliver's still just standing there. He lands a hit. All the footage from here on clearly shows that Oliver had already been knocked out by that blow. This is the point when our naked eyes were first able to register any movement, just 1 second after the start of the fight.
Oliver didn't even make an attempt to fight.
Because by that point, Mr. Oliver wasn't even conscious.
Come on, the video footage shows him standing there ready to fight. It's obvious he was completely good to go. I'd expect nothing less from a Hanma. I always knew you'd be great. In that book, one of the most interesting ideas that he writes about. For example, you see a knife come flying at you. The signal to move is sent. But true consciousness of the situation comes only half a second later. It's at that point that the brain says, danger, move, and the action's taken. In other words, you're essentially unconscious of the entire situation during the 0.5 seconds it takes to receive the signal that was sent. And in that time, the stresses of your daily life that kept pushing you, and of course the Hanma blood coursing through your veins, all of those assets gave you the gift of half a second. But although it's indeed a treasure, it's not something that I need.
What